Welcome to Sometimes You Have to Lose Yourself, a podcast where we explore the complexities of love, loss, and self-discovery. Join Charlie Perry and Marvin Speller when life's unexpected twists and turns come our way. It's easy to lose ourselves in the process, but what if losing ourselves is exactly what we need to find our true selves? Join us as we dive into the depths of human experience, sharing stories, insights, and conversations that will challenge, inspire, and maybe even help you find your way again. Sometimes you have to lose yourself. Let's get started.
Hey, welcome everybody. My name is Charlie Perry, and this is Sometimes You Have to Lose Yourself podcast. Here with my host, Marvin, Coach M100 Speller, and his government name is Marvin David Speller. It's on the book.
Yeah, that's my government. And that's not the name I was born with.
Oh no?
That's trivia.
Oh, okay.
So I was
Yeah.
born. My born name was Marvin Brown.
Ooh. Yeah.
Yeah, bet you didn't know that one, did you?
No, I didn't. What's the purpose of that?
So I talk about this. I think I talk about this in the book where my stepfather he adopted me when I was
Yes. I,
almost four, and and so I was born with my grandfather's name, last name. His name was William Brown,
hmm.
which is a common name.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
not anymore. How many William Browns do you know?
Let's see. Well, hmm. Go
Yeah.
deep. Well, wow. I'm trying to think here.
How many Marvin Spellers do you know?
Only one.
Yeah, it's only one, brother. I think there's another one out there.
Yeah. The funniest thing is, right? I do this. I put my name in search section of Facebook
Hmm.
and see how many.
I'm sure it's quite a few, right?
Yeah, under my name, and it's funny because you start looking at him. There's one guy. He's actually a host of a radio show.
Oh
Pretty
man.
cool. And there's a few other ones. There's actually a girl on TikTok that I follow. Her name is Charlize Perry.
Charlie Perry. That's funny, man. Wow.
So, but yeah, it's you know, good good day. Um, but I'm tired, man.
You
I
tired?
gotta, yeah.
Tom, were you up this morning?
Usual time, like 4:30, in between 4:30 and 5.
Yeah, it's about
Once
my
Mich-
time.
yeah, once Michelle gets up, I'll get up, but I'll doze off, and then for an hour, and then she comes and gets me up again. Say, hey, we got to get going. But the but we got a Dr. King's birthday coming up,
Yeah,
holiday rather not. Yeah, it's holiday. It's not birthday,
yeah.
right?
That's tomorrow, right?
Monday. His birthday
Oh,
is
okay,
tomorrow, I think,
okay.
and then the holidays on the first or second Monday of whatever January. Um, the so we get a 3 day weekend. And I just want people to kind of just do something on that specific day because as the administration of this country is taking away things, they're taking away some of the memories of him. I think if that statue was as big as it is in DC, I think they would have took that down already.
Hmm.
But maybe just a quick you know note. and whether it's on social media or something, just say something about Dr. King, or um, I think that we have to preserve and maintain that legacy as much as we can.
Well, it depends on what is his legacy, and how do you apply it this day and time.
On this day and time, I think what you do is um, the legacy he wants to be known by is his spiritual legacy,
Which
and
is
which is um, being Christian, and I think that that's something that praying, and I think that's something that he would probably want more so than being in the political forefront
mm,
and fighting what we have today. I think more of um, because this is it is exhausting, but they are people that are fighting every single minute of the day, and I commend them for that. There's some, but I'm tired of hearing on the headlines. Um, oh, this is gonna happen. Oh, somebody's going to jail, and then all of a sudden that goes on for 6 7 months.
well, I think there's a lot with the news, right? Because you don't know what's the truth,
Yes.
and there are things that are done on purpose, right?
Hmm.
I think I mentioned before. You heard of the
Yes, you have.
Georgia Guidestones, right?
Hmm.
Did you ever look that up?
Say that again, Mari.
Georgia Guidestones.
No, 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 I didn't.
So in there, they talked about how things are going to be or how things are trending that way, and they did that in I think the early '80s. Now, a couple years ago, somebody blew it up. So, and it really broke down what they've been talking about in the UN for many, many years.
Mm.
And I don't want to go down that rabbit hole, but I think it's pretty interesting. Maybe something you might want to look into.
Yeah, I will.
It'll
Um,
it'll tie in to a lot of things that's happening now. And when you look at the news and tie it into what we have going on now, you truly understand.
yeah, it's maybe I'll bring that up. Hmm, I trying to bring up that barbershop podcast again on the Really Charlie podcast, and invite groups of men or women on the and make and have some discussion points.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah,
so maybe that's something I should discuss.
yeah.
Um,
Maybe we should start out by discussing today. Why do we come on weekly? Why do we do this? I'll give you.
mhm.
You go first. I'll go second.
All right, weekly. I think for me it's it's something I love, but it's also something I think the message needs to be delivered. Um, and even if we're repeating ourselves, right? Because we never know who's the first time viewer,
Yep.
and so I think that this is something that's very important, um, and it's more important because we had a discussion about doing this on a weekly thing. So, but I definitely think that the message is important, and um, and the word constant comes to mind.
Hmm.
Grief is constant, so we got to constantly keep on doing it.
Yeah. Oh man, there's so much into that. I think about we do this to come on weekly just to share information and really unpack a subject where people are most uncomfortable with,
Hmm.
and just share tidbits and support. If anybody wants to ever come on and chat, they can do that too. But anything we can do, um, I have a mission. My mission is to help people be better. It's
Hmm.
that simple. So I started that by the book. Oh, many things that I've done throughout the years. I've been in the community for 26 years. So
Yes.
Anything that we can share to help people, this is what this is about. And I really want to make sure that's clear to everybody. We come on weekly to try to share and support and help people be the best they can. It's that simple.
Exactly. I'm going to share this podcast on your page right now, Marvin,
Mm-hmm.
so we can. While I'm doing that, I want to give you a question.
Yes, sir.
And the question is how do you view the world now after your loss?
Hmm.
And I'm going to put that question up on the screen so everyone knows what we're talking about. But yeah, how do you?
I will
Yeah.
answer this way. I look at the world as in possibilities. There's so many possibilities on any given day. And so I look at the world's at an intersection of possibilities. And I think a lot has to do with the thought and the intentions of the person who's thought about that. So you can look at the world, you can have such a sunny disposition,
Mm-hmm.
or you can have another type of disposition.
Yes.
So I look at the world as whomever have had that thought cross their mind, depends on how you view it and what you get from it and where your state of mind is at any given time. That's that's really, if I was to answer that in a nutshell, it would be that I could have a negative disposition that day. I'm going to look at the world at a different place.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to have maybe people that irritate me. I'm gonna let that get into my whole spirit and change my whole vibration with that. Subsequently, I will attract that. Or I'll give you a perfect example. Have you ever heard of quantum entanglement?
No, sir. No.
So you ever notice how whenever you're really in a funk and you're some kind of way, you run into a scenario that brings out more of that or just proves that?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, think about that for a second. The times when you're really in the funk and things start snowballing, right?
Yep.
That's a version of quantum entanglement, because quantum entanglement is like you have two forces that are indirectly meeting faster than the speed of light to a certain point, to a juncture that they come to. That's one level of quantum entanglement, and that has a lot to do with your vibration, what's going on in your spirit at the time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just like you were saying, you come on all the time with this mindset. You love doing podcasts, right?
Yes.
And so you're approaching that from that perspective. All things appear that way to you. Now, if you were like, oh, I just want to get through this, I want to just get on with my day, you have that vibration enough, that's what you really start to attract. And you know what? I seem to forget that often when I think about that. You know, there is somebody in this world right now who's doing what you're doing right now and absolutely hates what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, there's people out there doing the same thing you do. They love what they're doing.
Yeah, exactly.
Here's another example. You ever have, I don't want to go there, I'll go here. Like they say, if you could have clocks set in your house, at some point they're all synchronized.
Mm-hmm.
So what's up, Michael? How's it going, man?
Yeah.
Great to see you, brother.
Nice to see you, Michael.
So that was a good initial question. Um, Everything that I got going on in my world right now is a head game. So it depends on my vibration and what I'm feeling and how I'm going in that direction, man. So
Yeah.
it's that simple.
The
Not easy.
no, trust me, I'm gonna take your word on that.
No, it's not easy because it's like I'm like anybody else, man. I get thrown off all sorts of things. And quite frankly, I had some things that really disturb me, but I try not to get that into my spirit
Mm,
because that could be a self-fulfilling prophecy.
yeah. Now, when do you want to be selfish? Since you said that,
Selfish?
yeah. When do you want to be it, or do you think about it?
No, it's funny. I don't even ever think about. I think about every day I'm out here to serve somebody.
Okay,
You know,
all right.
I'll give you an example. I went to one of my old schools the other day. Was it yesterday? And I was talking to the team, and one of the assistant directors, she was touring, showing someone the building. We call it touring, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I had dropped off some books there, and she said, "Oh," she said, "Marvin, I think this lady would appreciate having a book right now." I was like, "Oh, okay."
Mm-hmm.
She lost her husband last week,
Damn.
so
Yeah.
I gathered myself, collected my breath,
Mm-hmm.
and I went and I talked to her for a couple minutes. Um, and it was a great conversation. She was ready and she was willing to accept the book. And I said to myself, okay, I was able to serve the masses.
Yeah.
I mean, to understand where I think about how has the world changed me, man. I'm still that person that was around in a lot of ways when Kristen was here. I'm still that same person.
Mm-hmm.
I want to do what's right for people. I want to do the right thing. I don't have time to play games with people. I don't have time to be on this selfish thing. There's a lot of stuff I set aside for what's right or doing right by people, even on some personal levels, man.
Yeah.
Because you try to do what's right, and I don't think it was something that was like, okay, well, I'm doing this because I'm either trying to be better than someone or I'm trying to just fake it. It's just something I feel like I just want to do right by people, man. And I don't know. I mean, I don't know. It was the right thing to drop those books off. And like I said, there are no coincidences, Charlie. There are no coincidences. So I was there to provide that for that lady.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yep.
So there are no coincidences, man.
No.
And
The,
I came at the right time.
and and applause to your colleague, your former colleague, that mentioning mentioning that, right? Because some people may not mention it. Some people may have not even paid attention to anything you said over the years. Um, about your book, or the concerns about your book, and she was well aware that a woman in the building may have needed may need what you have to offer, and that's the book. And then another thing additional to the book is perhaps a friendship, right? You could build off the friendship, maybe,
Yeah, I mean,
We
I
just
shook her hand, and
yeah,
it was great. It was like, okay, I'm connecting with another human. And
yeah.
let's be clear on this.
Hmm.
I am out here connecting with the masses. I have met so many people, and I will continue to do that. They will either find me or I will find them.
Hmm.
That's simple, man. And I'll continue to put that intention out there in the world. Um, there was another guy last week. I was on an inspection because I do a lot of real estate inspections. And I went to this guy's house, and he was telling me, "Yeah, I want to get this money out of this house because I'm still recovering. I'm still recovering from losing my wife a
Hmm.
year ago." We were talking about your first year, your second year, some of the things that are tendencies, right?
Yeah.
And I was thinking to myself, wait a minute, maybe I'll send him a book. I was like, you know what? I keep them in my car.
Hmm.
Keep them in my car because they never know who you're going to run into.
That's right.
So I gave him, we talked, I gave him a book, we hugged, and you would think I gave this man the greatest gift ever. And, you know, we may not ever see each other again.
No, and that's the way I feel. Gifting your books and just the look on people's faces. And it just like you said, it gave them a world. You gave them a winning lottery ticket.
You
You
give him
gave
hope.
them
You give him
yeah
hope.
hope, gift of love.
You're giving, and you know what, man? You're gifting that love to them, and that's that's something that's pretty freaking amazing. And you know, yesterday I was on high. I felt I felt really inspired because you know what you're supposed to be doing. You just know,
Hmm.
and I don't I don't know where this is going to go, but anything I can do to help people, man.
It's it, it's a it's it's good that you're doing this. Um, and you're reaching out to the masses, or the masses are coming to you.
Hmm.
Though um that's just like it's not it's I can't say it's a gift. It's something that's within us, right?
Yeah, within all of us, if
Yeah.
we tune into that vibration, it's that simple, man. Just tune into that vibration, and you will be where you're supposed to be. You will get there without knowing you're supposed to get there, but you just know. And man, you know, sometimes you can ask yourself and believe it. You are right where you're supposed to be at any given time, and hold some space and peace with that. So yeah, it was pretty astonishing, and I was like, wow.
The excuse me.
Okay.
Yeah. What's the one thing you wish people understood about grief?
Hmm. It's a ugly, downright dirty experience that you're in the weeds. I mean, you're it's a ugly, dirty experience. It's not pretty, but there's an opportunity for it to kind of open you up to something greater.
Hmm.
Who knows what that is, right? And I guess this is why I have been on this journey of unpacking it because people can understand it from their perspective, but it's a vast subject because you got half of the people who don't want to have nothing to do with it, and then you have another half that's intrigued and that's so bogged down in their brain that they're trying to maneuver out of it. And sometimes people want to just speed it up. Well, when do I get out of this? I'm on many sites on Facebook, and you'll have somebody who's a couple weeks in of losing someone close to them, and they're like, "Well, how soon will I? How long will it take to go through this, and when will the pain subside?" And if people are honest, they'll say, "Never,
Mm-hmm.
never.
Yeah.
You're going to go through this for a long time. It doesn't mean it's going to be debilitating. It doesn't mean it's going to lock you on your couch. It doesn't mean those things. It can have a different meaning." So I think the unpacking part is the provide a meaning towards it.
Yeah.
But whoever you're missing, they're not coming back. They're just not. And you got to pick up the pieces and keep it moving. Because you'll have some people that show you some sympathy and love, but that may not last for long. You got to get out here and create your own love experiences. You got to create that. You got to keep it pushing. You got to keep it moving, man.
Yeah.
I think that's very people don't understand that part. Yeah, and I hate to say this, but I think I shared this before, but I lost time being in this space of being with Kristen.
Mm-hmm.
I lost almost 14, 15 years in how life has changed. You know what I mean? And so I'm catching back up to those 15 years, and oof, it's a challenging world out here.
Mm-hmm. The 15 years of you're also reflecting too while you're kind of trying to catch up, and sometimes the reflection second guesses what you're doing, right? And what I mean by that is that you know that some time has been, pushed aside, and then you got to reflect on some things of the past, and it may slow you down.
Yeah,
Um,
I've been fortunate. I've been able to work my way in and out of a lot of things
hmm
pertaining to this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I've been able to, even those days where it's feeling a little heavy,
Yeah.
I've been able to maneuver there because I'm constantly reframing and not listening to a lie that I'm telling myself.
Mm.
And understand it's like my state, where I'm at, or what I'm feeling. It's a decision, man. I could I could say, well, this is not going to happen to her, or this is going to happen to me. One or the other is a decision,
hmm
and most likely I'm going to go to the decision that feels better.
Yeah.
Because if I believe the hype or go into a decision that feels worse, it harms me. So you have to be careful. I would say that for anybody. I mean, you could say, I'm not going to be able to get this, or I'm not going to be able to get this. This is what's going to happen to me. I'm this. You could say that to yourself. And it's probably not true,
Yeah.
or it is true if you've been in that state for so long.
And another thing is that some people may not listen to themselves, or they do listen to themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much what you're saying right now, um, in a way that it's going to hurt them. They're maybe feeling negative or in a vibe that just doesn't help, right?
Right.
Um, push forward, push forward. I hear you saying that a lot.
Yeah,
Eh,
it's man, I tell you, brother, it's the only way. It is the only way. When you're faced against something, you got pushed the other direction. And sometimes without thinking about it.
yeah,
Because when you start thinking, your brain is already clouded with a bunch of crap anyway. So you know what you're supposed to do. So sometimes you just gotta just go and do it.
which is a good way segue to tools from unpacking grief, shattered to onward.
Yeah, let's go into that.
Okay.
Um, Chapter 5, like, what if I told you this is where I started to climb out of the ashes? And I want you to walk through it with honesty, heart, and humanity you deserve.
Hmm.
So, we talked about tapping into your inner child, which is everything, because it's really an expression. It's a playfulness about you that you could probably never get away from if you are in alignment with it. Rewire your inner being. That's what we were just kind of talking about. Mirror
Yeah.
self-talk. And what kind of talk are you giving to yourself all the time? Do you feel like you're pretty darn amazing? If you ask everybody right now, if you looked in the mirror, would you feel like you're amazing?
I would.
Charlie, you
Yeah.
feel like you're amazing every day?
Yes.
I
Not
don't.
every day. Not every day, but
No, I don't. I'll be first and be honest. I don't. But the more I continue to talk myself into it, I do feel it. And you know what? You know who needs to give you validation about that?
people around you.
Nope. One person.
Well, spouse,
No.
yourself.
Yep.
All right.
Think about that.
All right.
Whatever state you believe in or declare, you only have yourself to prove it to.
Mm.
Or steer yourself in that direction. You don't need anybody to tell you that, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know how I know?
How's
You're
that?
an ocean of 8 billion people. Even if you had a billion people that thought you sucked, you got 7 billion more who don't, who do, who don't, who don't. Just remember that.
Yeah.
Physical self-care. Moving is medicine, right? Moving. Get yourself moving. We sit more than we move each day. That's not good. Emotional self-care. That's important, man. And there's so many ways you can get that. Because especially if you're talking about grief really isolates. When you are with someone and you all did everything together, you really are isolated
Mm-hmm.
when that person passed. So how do you overcome that? You don't want to deal with bad company though either. So you have to be mindful of that.
Yeah.
Seek therapy or coaching. Hire a coach to support lasting habit change. Join a grief support group. Talk to someone who's walked this road. Spiritual grounding. Spiritual grounding is the anchor in the storm. When the world feels unsteady, grief shakes the very floor beneath you. This is how you remember who you are. This isn't about religion. It's about connection to the divine, to your ancestors, to the earth, to the soul, ones you lost, and yourself. Spiritual grounding gives you roots where the winds of loss threaten to carry you away. It's the soft rhythm and the breath of silence. It's a whisper of your name in prayer. It's a song that plays at the right moment and the sense that you're not alone, even in the depths of sorrow. Remember when I was telling you how I feel a connection to so many people through music?
Yes.
That's my level of spiritual grounding. I'll give you an example. Some people go do it through prayer, but I do it through frequencies. Legacy and community rituals. Um, I think about I honor Kristen's legacy, not because she was my wife, she was the best person I ever met.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
when hopefully they'll be able to do that, honoring this year for her, which is, listen, we should give people their flowers all the time, whether they're here or not.
Yes.
I think it's important. Legacy. Um, from mourning to meaning. So here's a good one for you. There's a moment in grief, often subtle, sometimes years in the making, where the question shifts from why did this happen to me to what will I do with the love that remains?
Hmm.
Because sometimes grief is love with no place to go.
Yeah.
And then so when you talk about mourning to meaning, this is what I'm talking about. But you have to be careful with that too, because there's always sometimes a duality to things, right?
Yeah.
You have to be careful of not giving love to the wrong person, because some people may use that to take advantage of you,
Mm-hmm.
because they're getting all this attention and all this, and that they're not even appreciating or reciprocating it. Because when you have, what do you do with the love remains? You give it to people, right? You want to get some type of that being reciprocated back. And I have to share this. That is the only way to help yourself through this version of grief.
Hmm.
I've read so many things about people who've gone through that and their experiences, especially with giving it to people, and whether it's friends or people they met and all that, and it's not reciprocated, and which is incredibly important.
True. Yeah. It's
I mean, yeah, and that's the that's the part of honoring yourself. Don't cheapen yourself because of that. Hi, Katrina. How are you? Another thing is grief circles.
Yep.
Intimate gatherings of trusting souls together remember, to weep, to laugh, and simply be. These circles don't exist to fix, they exist to witness. Sometimes you want to just get with people and just kind of share where you're at.
Yeah.
You don't have to have someone the pity you or anything. Just sometimes you just want to just build with people.
True.
Um so yeah, that's kind of what I think about. There's also some healing modalities. When I was at that school yesterday, the director told me she got this from my book. You ever heard of EFT tapping?
EFT tapping.
Yes.
No, not at all.
So EFT is called emotional freedom technique, where you take your fingers and you tap your nervous system throughout. Right?
Now, all right. Now that you explained it, yes, I do.
She said it helps her get to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, man, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Yep.
So there's, EFT can help you in so many different ways. It can calm your nervous system, interrupts negative thought loops.
Mm-hmm.
We would just talk about the negative thoughts and how it can grow. You can interrupt that. by doing EFT. So I think it's great. There's a ton of, and here's the thing, there's a ton of guides on this on YouTube. So you can get all that stuff for free. Next is somatic experiencing. Helps you connect with your body's natural ability to regulate, especially after trauma or deep loss. So I would always recommend getting with a experienced practitioner to do the somatic experiencing. So really, it's really something that loosens you up, relaxes you more. A lot of these things about relaxing and feeling better. Forest bathing, Shinrin Yoku. So this helps reduce stress hormones, increases immune function and calmness, and really simple. You can walk slowly through a natural setting, no phone, no agenda, no nothing. Stop and place your hand on a tree, listen to the wind, smell the earth, practice silence, and allow grief to rise gently in a safe space. So you couldn't do it now because you guys are so cold out there, but you can just get out, just take a nature walk, and I promise you'll feel better. Have you ever walked barefoot in the forest?
Well, closest thing to a forest is maybe the campground, and I had to step outside, but that's about it. I definitely,
Yeah.
yeah.
And some people say they like the ground by just putting their feet on the earth. So these things will calm your nervous system, get you to a better place. Breathwork journeys. So breathwork is about specific breathing patterns to unlock altered states of awareness. In these states, grief, trauma, and even buried memories can surface and release. Offers a safe, drug-free way to enter deep emotional states, can release stored grief without needing to talk it out. Provides a felt experience of something greater, spirit, love, or connection. Again, I would go with a trained professional.
Well, trained professional. You see what Katrina wrote? I am a hospice bereavement coordinator and holding our state's only death cafe tomorrow night. So in the second comment, it says we will be discussing stages of grief and anticipatory grief tomorrow, which is
That's great. I would always say, I think sometimes the stages are a man-made scenario that may not apply to everyone. It makes sense, but when people start thinking about stages, they think about one stage is here, the next is here, the next is here, the next is here, and it's like
grief is not structured like that. It you can go from the highest peak right back down to the lowest level of grief instantly, momentarily. Just a thought in your head, maybe just someone you see or something you see. So
a song,
so everything.
A smell. Yeah, I mean it's I think all that stuff will give you a baseline, can help you out. But yeah, it's probably one of the reasons why I wrote the book, was to kind of just go a little bit deeper.
Yeah.
And then here's one. It's something that's out there. Some people have used psychedelic assisted therapy. It could be magic mushrooms, MDMA, ketamine are used to explore the depths of unresolved grief, trauma, and spiritual insight. Yeah, and sometimes you want to have, sometimes you really got to go really deep when it comes to unpacking grief because it really gets a hold of some people. And
Mm-hmm.
I've given examples for all this time about people who have, you have someone that's in their life and they pass away and the person, they don't make it several months down the road and people are wondering, well, what happened? Well, they're having a hard time getting through a lot of these things.
It's that old saying, you know, he or she died from a broken heart, and it's so true.
Yeah, and when you think about it, what is a broken heart? It's all these things we always talk about. Yeah, it's all these things we talk about. And so, yeah.
Katrina mentioned that Death Cafe started in the UK and are international.
Hmm.
I'm gonna do some. I'm gonna check that out because I've never heard of it, Katrina, and I'm definitely gonna look at it.
Yeah, I'd love to know why they use the term death cafe.
You know what? I was thinking that, and I just didn't say it, but I get it. I get it.
Yeah.
Um, it's puzzling. Is it made to captivate?
Probably get
Um,
people to be interested, right?
yeah. Um, but hmm. Yeah, I think it's maybe just a draw and inquiry. It may cause some inquiries.
Hmm.
So and if that's it, to draw somebody in within to be part of the discussion, I get it, and I applaud it. But it is
It's just like we started the title, stay to the end, you'll get $100.
mm,
Right? I
yeah,
mean, there's so many different hooks.
yeah,
Um, and that's a part of like neuro linguistic programming
mm-hmm.
where you can say certain things to people to garner their interest and
They,
get them
they
okay
do they do it in the news every day, right?
every day. It's something, right?
Yep.
Yeah, when they start to look at it, it's like, okay, well, if you think about it, you can have an ailment, and next, you see this on every line item on YouTube or Facebook. Someone's got a cure for some. Everyone's got a supplement, a cure for something, right?
Yeah. The let me see 1 second here. I want to do that. It's amazing how YouTube just brings certain people in the conversation, right?
Yeah.
You have to pay attention because don't want nobody messing with our podcast.
Hmm.
Um, all right, Marvin, we have looks like 10 minutes. The three coworkers at work, you know, received your book. I think I mentioned this to you.
Hmm.
I tagged them in the comments. Well, two of them that are on Facebook. Um, the the sincerity in these people when they received your book, you could see it.
Right.
And so I did find out something about one of them, and uh, grief has been around them for a while,
Right.
and relatively young. So I'm hoping eventually that you know we have a conversation within this week, and maybe I can learn some more about her. And
The lady who I met yesterday, she was only 29.
hmm, wow,
Yeah. 29 years old.
So I mean, I don't. I think at 29 in my life. Let me see. Yeah, that's around the time grief started coming more frequently.
Man, I was first time I saw someone in my family pass away was I had to be 16. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, no, I had some people, but I didn't start going to funerals until I was 16.
yeah, yeah. Believe it or not, some families just didn't want the younger relatives or kin to even attend them. Um,
They figure you have plenty of time for that in your life.
yeah, and then there was one. I was 8 years old, and my grandfather passed away.
Mm.
Well, they had the services within his house, in his house.
In his house?
Yeah,
Oh wow.
and I still, yeah, I was 8 years old. So over 50 years ago, that still feels like it happened yesterday.
I'm sure.
It's so clear, right? It's got this lucid vision of everything from stepping up to the casket and
Wow.
seeing my grandfather's beard and just whew,
Mm.
so clear, so clear.
It's a it's like a major trauma jolt to your nervous system.
Mhm.
That's why you won't forget that because
Yeah,
that's probably the first time you've had that jolt.
yeah, definitely. It's definitely. Yeah, I don't remember any of them before then.
Hmm.
And yeah, and it was hard for us because he was on the island, so in order for we didn't see him as much. Um, unless we went, to the island and to
Which
go
island
see
are you talking
Nantucket Island.
about? Okay.
So I had to get on a ferry to go find him, and
Mm.
I don't have. I just have
How old was he?
he's had to be. Let me see. Hmm. I'll give him 40s, 50. I don't still maybe 55.
Mm.
I don't remember him like me ever saying that he was 70 or anything. So,
Right.
you know, the um he did serve in a war, Korean War, I think it was.
Mm.
Um so but yeah, grandpa. That was grief is just um I can truly run as a poet, man. When it comes to grief, man, my mind just goes, man. I kind of gets into my soul and I start writing, and
Yeah. And
so
the closer the person is to you,
yeah.
I will always say the harder it hits.
I had one time someone told me, you know how I write the poems and
Hmm.
people's name, people's pictures, and I write something. It's just that's what I'm feeling about that person. Like you just, um, someone they call me the Grim Reaper. Um, Call me the Grim Reaper because I'm bringing out all this grief of, and death and wakes and services. But I don't put it like that. I think that there's people all over the world that don't know what's going on in New Bedford.
Yeah. And you're honoring them.
Yeah,
And this is what I was saying before. It's like, man, this is why I put that in the book, man. It's just like honor people, honor them. This is probably the number one reason why I wrote the book.
Hmm.
Honor them. You can honor the people around you, and it's like this is the part of unpacking grief that has always kind of been unsettling to me. It's like, and you know what? I didn't understand this until Kristen passed
Hmm.
because I saw how she would always honor her mom.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking to myself, man, years down the road, she's still doing that.
Yep.
And I'm like, man, I didn't understand, man. And I would say, and my ignorance has brought me to this place, you know?
It's I'll get that out of your way. When and you just mentioned about not understanding it,
Yeah. I
or
didn't
going
understand.
to, yeah, and
I'll be the first one to say to the whole world, I didn't understand. But for me to be immersed in this because of the tragedy, the experience I went through, yeah, man, I empathize so much with people or what they're going through. It's like when I met that lady yesterday, I was like frozen in time because
mm,
I empathize because I can just imagine what she's going through.
yeah,
And she's just starting out, man. She got a little child with her too. So yeah, I mean, it's quite the journey.
the thing is with the child, she has to shoulder the grief of two people. Child may not understand what's going on, right?
No, child's only like 4.
Yeah, so you know um, maybe
But
that
uh,
maybe that's a blessing if there has to be one.
yeah, but the mom's going to be carrying both sides, the grief of losing her husband
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then supporting her daughter throughout forever, right?
yep, right.
So
It's man. Well, I'm glad that, like you said, it just things happen for a reason. You know,
yeah, they do.
there's a path for all of us,
Hmm.
and your path was already paved well before you even knew it.
Yep.
And to run into her um and then a colleague giving you the focus to focus on her just by suggesting, hey, she may need it. And that's a good, whoever that is, give them a high five for me, and that's
Yeah,
because
I'm grateful for that, and I'm grateful the people will look at the efforts I put out there to help people, and here's an opportunity to help somebody.
so
That
true.
that's worth his weight in gold, brother. Because
Exactly.
honestly, this is what this is about.
Yeah, we
You know what? I don't have all the answers, but I'll give you what I have.
yeah, and you know what? You may not have all the answers, but you can also have some questions, right?
Yep.
And as a person having questions in a conversation with someone else, may may lead to you getting some answers, right?
Right.
Some answers that you need, and conversation is a wonderful thing, and um, but I truly hope that even though she's young, I hope that God has put you guys together as friends,
Mhm.
and maybe it's hard to understand this younger generation because someone like us, approaching people and being sincere about it, they tend to take it as, oh, he's no, he or she is creepy, when it's not even that, we're just sincere, caring people.
You know what? Please say it again, brother, because
They just
some people have a tendency to take things the wrong way when you
yeah.
try to show them care and concern.
Hmm. Yeah, and it's
Yeah, because I understand what you're saying. I'm glad she did. I'm glad she reached her hand out to me first to shake
yeah,
my. Because
good.
yeah,
Yep.
people do that, and it's we have to we have to be mindful of the fact that we are like all one big giant entity, and we're only as good as the person who suffers the most.
Hmm.
We're only as good as that, and that's not a difficult concept.
Oh man. Well, my friend, we we're at this hour, and
We did our hour, brother.
yeah, and I'm
Appreciate it.
thinking of some things next week, and I just want to anyone out there that has Marvin's book, please go to Amazon and add a review, talk about the book, and add the review because that's something we're going to talk about next week.
No,
So
I
if you
appreciate that, brother.
so if you gave Marvin a review on Amazon, please join us next week, next Wednesday, 6 p.m. Eastern time, 3 o'clock Pacific time, and definitely come join us so you can discuss the reviews like we're going to do. Really, it's all about you, brother, and we're going to talk about you next week.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate it, man.
Yeah,
And I send my love to everyone out there listening and reviewing this, and please share, and sharing is caring. So I send my love to you all.
that's it. Yeah, thank you. LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, on both channels. Please like and subscribe to both our channels. Marvin, I have some clips on this,
Okay.
and I'll send it to you in a few moments.
Thanks, my brother. Okay.
And
We'll
all
catch
right,
up, man. Anytime.
love you, man. Take
Love you,
care.
brother. Okay.
All right.
Later.
Welcome to Sometimes You Have to Lose Yourself, a podcast where we explore the complexities of love, loss, and self-discovery. Join Charlie Perry and Marvin Speller when life's unexpected twists and turns come our way. It's easy to lose ourselves in the process, but what if losing ourselves is exactly what we need to find our true selves? Join us as we dive into the depths of human experience, sharing stories, insights, and conversations that will challenge, inspire, and maybe even help you find your way again. Sometimes you have to lose yourself. Let's get started.